Hello everyone, Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. And depending on how things go, this may be the last session of this game we are doing. Now, last time we got started our adventure, making it through the first 4 levels in the game. We actually do not have very much left to go through with this adventure, so let us jump right back into it by heading into the first level of level 5 Yogurt Yard. It's about halfway through the game now, and things are definitely going to get interesting. I actually was hoping I would grab that parasol. We try to get an ability here off the bat. I'll take sword. This is a very good ability in its own right. I can see a hidden door here, so I might want to check that out. While we are doing this next bit of the game, I was kind of thinking about how I wanted to approach some of the other secrets that we still have available in this. I guess we could take stone. This might actually be an opportunity we could have of grabbing UFO here, potentially. I'm not sure. So let's see how far we can go. I saw a light guy, which is interesting. I think down here with these blocks, yep, there was something hidden here. Very carefully, open this up, and that's a secret. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking for the remainder of this game, I'm not going to worry too much about grabbing the rest of the secrets. Because at this point in the game, we have already managed to see basically every ability and every sub-game that Nightmare in Dreamland has to offer. So, I'm not going to be too worried if we miss a couple secrets here and there for the remainder of our journey. I'm actually going to keep Ice for the next level, because this is a good ability. Something I'm really excited for with continuing on this series is definitely getting to show off a lot more of the abilities, because sadly the structure of this game doesn't really lend itself too well to being able to show off like the full potential of things, but we'll get to that another time. For now, let's do another bomb rally. See if we get ourselves some extra lives here. Again, a pretty simple minigame, just hit the bomb away when it gets towards you. Ow! Okay, I didn't really do good there. At least we got something. Alright, we actually have access to another museum here. So this will give us stone and tornado. That tornado is so tempting, but I think I am going to keep ice for this one. He's got another Blade Knight here. Alright, so looks like an area with a lot of doorways. I want to keep that in mind for later. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to be playing some more Kirby games in the future, because I really do like this series. To me, personally, I feel like there really isn't a single bad Kirby game. It's one of the rare IPs that I feel has just a very strong library of games, where I can't really think of a bad example of a game of the series. I mean, there could definitely be a few examples that some people would usually lean to, but that's mostly for things like Kirby's Pinball Land or some of the other side games in the very early days. But for me personally, there really isn't a Kirby game that I dislike. Come on, Buckers! You definitely have a good ability for us when we beat you. Ow. Alright, we're gonna take your ability anyway, so let's just shoot our ice at you. And for this session, I was also thinking I'd talk a little bit about my history with the Kirby series, since I didn't really have enough time in the last session to really talk about any of that. So my history with Kirby is kind of interesting in that it was one of the earliest IPs I actually got to experience as a kid. And as I played the original Kirby's Dreamland on the Game Boy, well, on my Game Boy Color a long time ago. So I was very young at the time, but even at then, I knew that this was a great series. Even though, like, that was my first real exposure to Kirby. Still a solid game, even though I said in the last session that it is a short one. Alright, there's no secret in there we had to worry about. Speaking of things I'm worried about, we are low on health right now. Well, we could do an air grind here. How about that? So yeah, I started playing with the very first Kirby game as a kid, and then the next Kirby game I played was Star Stacker, which was also on the Game Boy. But after that, we really didn't have too many Nintendo consoles besides the Game Boy Advance. So I never really got to grow up with any other Kirby games, and I basically didn't get to experience the series again until the DS era. I was still very much aware of a lot of Kirby stuff from various videos I'd see on YouTube and stuff, but never really got to experience too much of the series until much later. I'm actually going to take High Jump for this one, because this definitely seems like a level built with this ability in mind. So yeah, I didn't get to experience another Kirby game after the Game Boy days until the Nintendo DS era. And even then, I didn't pick the series back up until I had played Kirby Superstar Ultra. But man, that game is so good, and I'm really looking forward to getting to stream it sometime in the future because that game is just so amazing, and basically the reason why I still enjoy Kirby to this day. It's just such a great revisit to the series after all that time. And yeah, we'll definitely have a lot more to say about Superstar Ultra in the future. Alright, hopefully I don't need wheel for what's to come. This looks like a very wheel-centric area, actually. Alright, that looks suspicious. Yep, there was something here. Why do I do things? Why do I even try? Ow. Quit it. But yeah, my point is, Kirby is definitely a series I've had a lot of engagement with, despite not playing a whole lot of the games until much later in life. Like, it really wasn't until I was a teenager that I really got into the Kirby series again, which is kind of an interesting thing since this series is usually seen as something more aimed to younger audiences. But I still feel like there's a lot of merit to playing these games even as an adult, because, I don't know, they just usually have a lot of good challenge to them. You can clearly see in this playthrough, I am no expert when it comes to actually getting through these games safely. But that might change as we're going further and experiencing more of the series. Again, this is something that I feel is just one of Nintendo's strongest IPs. And you can definitely tell the developers pour a lot of love into these games. Like, HAL Laboratories, which has consistently done work on the Kirby series, they're just a phenomenal studio, and they've also done a lot of work in other series. Like, I know they've had a hand in a lot of content and a lot of different IPs. For instance, they've helped out with the development of Earthbound. And I've also done a lot of other good stuff, especially with Nintendo. Oh, we got a duel with the Meta Knights again. Just take these suckers out. They're protecting themselves with their axes. How dare you? How dare you defend yourself? I will consume you all. Boom. Delicious. Do I really want to use Ball right now? This ability is so bad. Sorry to all 10 people who like the Ball ability. I do not like this. Nope. Yep. This ability sucks. I just cannot seem to use it properly. I get what they're going with it. Like you're just becoming this unstoppable bouncing ball of death. But it's just so awkward to use. I don't know, maybe if they brought it back in one of the future games, they could refine the mechanics a lot more so that it's easier to control, but for me, it's just such an awkward ability to control. Which of these doorways do you want to go through? It's usually the hardest doorway to reach is usually the one you want to go for. How dare you? I really hope there wasn't a secret in there we needed. And there was. You know what? We're gonna leave you for now. So probably just unlocking that arena we could fight in. But it's really not a priority right now. Let's head into number 5. Ow! So all these enemies getting these cheap shots on me. There's a secret over here, it seems. Seems like an area with 2 precise moves we need to make. So we need to fire you, inhale you, then high jump over and into the cannon. Woo! Okay, that's actually a very good secret, because it required a lot of steps to get through it. Good stuff. Those kind of puzzles definitely remind me about a lot of the puzzles they would do in later Kirby games. How they would have it so that at every level you go to will give you the power-ups you need to be able to complete the puzzle. Which I definitely appreciate a lot about the Kirby games. They don't tend to hold your hand too much and just let you figure out how to beat the puzzle to the best of your abilities. Which again is another strength of this series that I feel like even veteran gamers would be able to experience. Oh, this is actually a mid-boss we haven't fought yet. Fire Lion. As you guessed, this guy gives Burning. It is a pretty good ability, all things considered. I know this is definitely one of the more seldom seen mini-bosses in the series. As I know this guy does make an appearance eventually in Superstar Ultra again, but you don't really see Fire Lion in too much games of the series. You guys, leave me alone, please. Oh, come on. How much damage have I taken in this one room? Seriously. At least that is done. I like the secret in this level, but man, that was rough. Alright, level 6, and this might actually be the last of the areas we need to go through here. It's like another wheel-centric area. I do like the amount of areas that they do put an emphasis on the wheel ability, because it's definitely just a very interesting ability. Definitely one that requires careful use on the slopes to be able to get through. Well, speaking of which, this looks like an interesting area here. Got all these blockies here. And seem like that's it for the secrets over there. Ow, do not do that. Also like that you can just ride across water. That's a very fun little thing. Looks like something that's gonna require hammer. There's a hidden doorway there. Yeah, the only way we'll be able to get that is with the hammer ability. And there's a secret. Okay, can we possibly find Bonkers? No, because there's the exit. Interesting. I mean, I know a level where you can get Bonkers here in this world, so... yeah, just anytime you want to go back to that, you can. Don't really feel a need to do that at the moment. Let's go see what this is. Yep, that's Quick Draw. Alright, let's try this again. Don't see us doing too well, though. Yeah, my timing is really slow on this. We really need to be faster for this. Damn! If I could do it. Well, we tried. Okay, so next up is the boss of Yogurt Yard. I'm actually gonna ditch this one because it's really not gonna be too useful. We do have a museum here, so how about we take Tornado? Haven't really seen too much of this ability in this playthrough, which is a shame because it's so good. Anyway, here is the boss of Yogurt Yard, Heavy Mole. So we're fighting a big robot here that is just excavating the dirt. This guy really isn't too bad. He'll just be digging through the walls here, just kind of making the arena you're battling him in. And you do want to be careful because he can excavate some bottomless pits, and you also do have to worry about being crushed around here. So look out for that. And he will also fire missiles from his backside to damage you, which obviously do not want. Just about got this guy, though. Come on. Bam! It's not the only time we're going to be facing a mechanical opponent in the Kirby series. Kind of makes you wonder what a place like Dreamland would want with a excavation robot like that. Ah! Don't worry, Kirby, you can eat the shark. Level 6, Orange Ocean. Believe it or not, this is the second to last area of the game. Yeah, we are that far into our adventure now. Let's get rid of this blipper. Don't know how many secrets are here in... Ow. Why'd you have to do that to me, fan... Oh, this is... That was rough. The water here making that encounter very rough for me. And this guy will toss you anytime you are close. We have the water spout attack, but it's really not effective here. Yeah, I do not know how we're gonna beat this fan. this guy's brutal. Alright, we almost got you here, actually. Damn it. Yeah, that was definitely not our best effort. Woo! Alright, I'm gonna give another shot at this because I do want to try and show off the throw ability. And Fan is the only way we can obtain this particular ability. There we go. We actually didn't take damage that time. Nice. Really gotta avoid taking a hit here because we're gonna lose our ability if we do. We can inhale you and chuck you away. It's kind of funny how this is an ability that is just so uncommon in the series. Like, I don't really see throw being brought back in a lot of games. And even Fan, when he does make later appearances, he would usually have his ability exchange with, like, He would usually have him obtaining the suplex ability, which is the staple of Bugsy. I'm kind of thinking there'd be another way we could do this here. I don't know, I don't see any way we'd be able to hit this. Not unless we were able to obtain another ability, I don't think. We might be able to break through those blocks with burning, actually, but I don't know. Hey, you guys want to get over here? Get in on this action? How about you? Okay. Just leave these guys to their business. Sorry, I was scratching my nose, so I couldn't hit the thing. I love that. If you get the worst possible one, the Kirby flips over the sign to be like, hey, dipshit, press A. That's actually really funny. Alright, new level, new challenges. Let's try and use throw as much as we can. Well, never mind. Screw me, am I right? Whoa. Hi, Rocky. Guess we're using stone now. Gotta be careful because there are pits in this area. It's always like the main danger of using the stone ability. Detail with this ability I particularly like in later games is that Kirby doesn't just have the ability to turn into a stone. He can actually turn into a variety of different things. And it's just so cool they put the time into programming these different models / sprites for Kirby in those games. Alright, there's a place we can smash into. And there's another switch. So that uncovers an arena. Alright. Now, I guess something else I can talk about at this point, especially in regards to the Kirby series, is you're probably thinking yourself, well, I have played quite a lot of the Kirby series by this point, so naturally that must mean I have played the most recent game of the series, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And sadly, I actually haven't played that game yet. I will get around to it eventually, but I've just been prioritizing a lot of other stuff lately when it comes to both my artwork and running these streams, and also just trying to play a lot of other games I want to spend time with. Ooh, looks like we got ourselves a pirate-themed level here. Definitely we want to check that out. But let's go into this arena and see where we have to battle. Alright, Fire Lion. This can give us burning anytime we want. Let's go ahead and take your ability. Alright, heading into Area 3 now. Wow, really? Definitely like all the different level aesthetics they have here. Like this whole area being a... this is obviously the water level of this game. And I like how they're branching out here by showing a lot of different things you'd expect with water. Like we had a level where mostly being underwater, and this one we are in a pirate ship. It's definitely very cool. Alright, come on, bonkers. Need this. Oh, come on. Give me your hammer. A little worried because I'm low on health, but we should be good here. Alright, so that has opened something up here. Actually, I wonder. Oh, yeah, there was a hidden doorway there that we opened up. Alright, why'd I do that? Oh, wait, how are we gonna do this? We have fire, but we lose our ability when we go underwater. Okay, hang on. I think I got an idea. Just because of the enemy we have hit. Oh, right. He dies if he enters water. Hey, buddy. Oh. God, what do we do for this? There is no way I can use my fire underwater. Wait, we do have the ability to use fire underwater. Okay, this is gonna be a very weird maneuver, but bear with me. See that? We shoot out fire when we cover our ability. So thinking here. Okay, hang on. Now we go underwater, swallow. That... Oh, come on, that doesn't count? Let me try that again. I give up. However you're supposed to do that is lost to me. I give up. I give up. Just let me go. God! Ow! I kind of see what they're trying to do here. Yeah, you go in the windows. Can I just get out of here, please? This level's been really confusing for me. God, I don't know what it is. Like, I really like the aesthetic of this level. The background's gorgeous. The pirate ship motif is really cool. But that puzzle, which is most likely to get to the secret in this level, I cannot for the life of me figure out how to do it. I'm just gonna continue and pretend this level never happened. Blah. Yeah, there is indeed a secret here that we missed. Well, boo-hoo. I don't care now. Okay, area 4. Gonna go ahead and run past these bozos. Sorry my commentary right now is pretty lax. I'm just having difficulty thinking of what I should say here. Alright, seems like we're gonna need beam if we're gonna be able to go forward. This definitely seems like an area we're supposed to make use of a lot of different abilities in order to get through this area. Let's take care of this broom hatter. Then want to take you out. Come on, get back here. There we go. That gets us a couple of 1-ups. Also reminds me an interesting quirk with this game. It's one of those games where you do not have the ability to save the lives you have collected in between sessions. So because I had to save and quit last time, we lost all the lives that we had accumulated in the past 4 levels. Which kind of sucks, yes, but it's not too bad considering that this really isn't that hard of a game. Contrary to what my gameplay is making it seem. There's actually a secret here we're able to get. At least that one was fairly straightforward. Unlike the last area. So in terms of other stuff I want to talk about, last night, one of my buddies was playing some Persona 5, which has definitely been making me anxious to get started on that game myself in the future. Like, I will get to it eventually. But I'm mostly just enjoying their stream as it's been a... God, can I get through here without hitting a coconut? God! And more of these. But yeah, definitely been fun just to vicariously experience the game through his streams. Especially because it gives me a lot of good tips for how I'm going to approach the game in the future, as I would most likely struggle quite a bit if I was going into this game blind, especially with a lot of its more technical mechanics. But yeah, really excited to get started on playing that game for myself in the future. It should be pretty fun. Ooh, so we got level 2 in air grind. Probably because we actually won the last round of air grind we did. As level 2 means it's going to be a little bit harder to get through here now. Come on. Yeah, we're definitely not winning that. At least we didn't lose too badly. Yeah, we got a 1-up at least. Alright, area 5 here. So now we got an icy area. Oh, okay, be careful here. Again, definitely playing around the theme of water here. We have a frosty, icy area. God, I love the aesthetic of this level so much. It's so pretty. Yeah, this will definitely be useful when enemies are getting too close for comfort here. Ow! Get back here! I need my freeze! Ah! Never mind! Yep, sorry my performance in this game really hasn't been too great. This isn't a game I really play a whole lot. Okay, you just go away. Ah! Of course we got just blasted by that bomber. I didn't really bring it up, but if you inhale bombers, you can obtain the crash ability from them, much like you can from the Poppy Brothers Sr. Just never felt the time to bring it up until now. Wow, really? Okay, we'll go in for beam. Alright, and looks like we need fire here. Alright, I know of at least one fire enemy in this area. The guys here are so brutal. I mean, come on. Alright, there's the cannon. We've exposed that. Ow! Leave me alone. I know there's a fire guy around here. Go away! Oh god, am I gonna have to redo this now? So I'm so close to dying. Oh, come on! Alright, well, we're doing this now. Again, I do wish that I could perform it better with this game, but it's not a Kirby game I really tend to play, and as such, I am really unexperienced with this, and not able to handle all this enemy garbage. Go away! God, I'm getting heated playing a Kirby game. What is wrong with me? Alright, very quickly, gotta hurry to the next cannon. Get in! There we go! Okay, it was worth it to get that switch. Alright, that's another round of Samurai. Let's just finish with this level. God. Alright, let's do another round of Quick Draw. Little level 2. This should be fun. 21, not the best time. Okay. Ow! He hit me with his frying pan. God, that's always just such a hard minigame to do. I've never been really good at those timing minigames. Alright. Area 6. We should just be about done with this area already. Is there anything we can do around here? Yes, there is. Okay, that is gonna require burning, I believe. I don't think there is any burning here. No. Unless somewhere in the higher area? No. Alright. Is there really nothing else I can do for this? The only thing I could potentially think of is maybe getting UF... Oh! Well, that was well timed. Alright, they actually leave the doorway here, so this is a UFO area. And much as I said before, this is a great ability because... Oh, can we actually not do this? Okay, yeah, you have to fully charge the beam. And that gets us another secret! As the warp star for this area. okay, it's nice that we get another use of UFO. I don't know if this is going to be the last time we're going to get to see this ability in this game. It's very nice we're able to grab it here. Alright, 2 doorways here. Ooh, we got a battle against some puppy bros. Get that guy out. Then you, just the same. Hopefully I do not need Crash going forward. Let's grab this candy and get moving. Not exactly moving fast here, but what can you do? Ow! Give me back my UFO! Stop hitting me! Stop it! Ow! Dick! Oh, don't let me lose it! It's gone. God! Stop hitting me! Just want to be done this area. I don't care how pretty it is. I'm mad. Oh, got another challenge with the Meta Knights. Ow! Come on. How is that not enough damage to take you out? Alright, let's do this again. It's really bringing in the big guns here. There's a lot of enemy formations. And these guys do have a lot more health compared to other enemies, I've noticed. Which makes some of these encounters a little awkward. Oh, that's the last of them. And we should be done with this world. Yep, next up is the boss. Things could have gone a little bit better here, but I don't know, it's a pretty alright area. Do like how it ends with a lot more icy levels as you go through it. But it's time for the boss. We're going up against Meta Knight himself. He has been appearing all throughout this adventure, testing our strength, and now it's time for the duel against the masked man himself. It's a pretty simple boss fight, all things considered. Just grab the sword in the arena and go at him. He has a few different moves he can do, but he goes down all the same. Oh, look at that. He broke his mask, revealing a familiar face. It is highly speculated that Meta Knight and Kirby are actually the same species, which definitely raises questions considering what later games of the series will eventually reveal. Man, I love the implication from that cutscene as well as just in general with the mic ability that Kirby is tone deaf, which is why using the mic ability kills enemies. But, welcome to Level 7 Rainbow Resort, the last area of the game. Before we go forward, there's something that I want to point out. We have been through quite a few worlds at this point, and you may have noticed that each area we have been to has been alliterative, where they always have a letter starting both words for every area we have been through. So we started with Vegetable Valley, then Ice Cream Island, then we went to Butter Building, Grape Gardens, Yogurt Yard, Orange Ocean, and finally Rainbow Resort. If you reverse the first letter of every single one of those words, you spell out Roy G. Biv, which is associated with the colors in a rainbow. A pretty nice little detail. Even though it would have made more sense for, like, the next Kirby game for it to kind of have that kind of pattern. But, you know, it's still a nice little detail. So let's get started here. Rainbow Resort. Got ourselves quite the area to go through. So I like how we're still continuing on with icy levels starting off here. Definitely a nice way of keeping things consistent with the levels we have been through. Let's grab that, and then go on. Don't know how much more useful laser's gonna be to us, so gonna grab fire. Actually, that's not gonna be that useful either. Let's grab spark. Yeah, that is pretty good. Ooh, but beam though, beam. Actually, I have some blocks here we can destroy. And we'll grab beam. This is also really good for clearing up blocks. Let's grab that pep drink because we definitely need it. Oh man, do I want burning? Because that's also good here. Probably not, considering we have those blocks up there, and wouldn't really be able to do anything with them if we had burning. Hey, give me that. Give me my beam. Gotta use my beam attack. Okay, after we destroy those, then we are gonna need to use burning. There's really no other way we can do this here. Gotta be careful. I guess we can grab burning now and see what we can do. I don't know this is really gonna be that good. Oh! That actually did work pretty well. And that unlocks another secret here, giving us another bomb rally we can do. Well, hello, Rocky. Alright, let's grab the freeze. We already got the secret in this level, so we really don't have to worry too much about anything else here. Speaking of other Kirby stuff, I am quite excited for the remake of Return to Dreamland that's going to be coming out very soon. Just, that has always been a game I've been really excited for ever since it was announced, because the original Return to Dreamland is just such a great game. Real excited to get to play it. Ooh. Things are quiet now. I'm gonna take this hidden doorway here. We only got ourselves a challenge here. So the theme of this level is we got ourselves a mini-boss gauntlet. We got ourselves a lot of enemies that we are able to fight. And they're all the various mini-bosses that we have encountered throughout our journey. And we almost got you down, Fan. Ow! Dang! Blah. Alright, let's try that again, Fan. Stop it! Ow! God, this elephant. It's been the most annoying thing I had to deal with in this game. And there's already a lot of annoying things I had to deal with. Now, why do you get me every time? Every time, Fan. Get out of here. I do like the music we have here in this level, though. So this is actually a remix of King Dedede's theme from the original Kirby's Dreamland. And quite a good song it is. Definitely very fitting for the very fighting-focused nature of this area. Wow, actually got a hit on him that time. Yeah, throw is a very awkward ability to use during mini-bosses, because it requires you to have to wait for the enemy to use one of their attacks so you can grab and throw them back at them. Kind of also works for using the suplex ability in this context. I don't know, I like the concept of throw, but it's kind of weird to use in practice. Like a lot of abilities in this game, actually. I mean, I can't fault this game too much. The original Kirby's Adventure was the first time we got abilities in the series. And it wasn't until later games that we really got to refine the abilities. Especially with Superstar, that game handles the abilities so well. Yeah, got me that time, Bugsy. Aha, didn't get me that time, though. Show me what you got. Alright, taking you down, giving us backdrop. I don't really see this as being too helpful going forward. So we have Fire Lion here. Now we're gonna need to wait for this guy to make some stars for us. And then back throw you. Oh, that's actually not gonna work too well here, is it? Yeah, I do not see how this ability is gonna be helpful in this fight. Come on, Fire Lion. Just need one more hit on you, or two more. I really love the design of this guy. Like, a lot of the sprite work on the enemies in this game are really good, especially with the mid-bosses. Alright, this is actually an ability I can work with. So we got a bunch of one-ups by clearing all the enemies here. And there we go. That's not all the mini-bosses we could have fought. That's just the ones we fought because I took a particular path here. You know what? I might as well show off the other route we could have taken with this area. I feel like that'd be a nice way to get to show off the other boss battles we could have done. Because the route we took was definitely a rough one. There's no secret here, though. But yeah, let's show off what we could have fought if we took the normal path. Alright, so we're leading off with a Puppy Brother Senior. Wow, we are already almost dead. Come on. Take you out. I actually wanted to try and grab Crash. No, well, Mr. TikTok, what funny videos do you have to show me? There we go. We took out Mr. TikTok, and our next opponent is Mr. Frosty. Just annihilate him with all of our mic abilities, giving us Freeze. It's gonna be kind of an awkward ability to use against this next guy? Ooh, now we're fighting Bonkers. Ow! Yeah, this really wasn't the best ability we could have used against this guy. Again, if we were using, like, the ice ability used in the modern games, that would have been so much better. Come on, you big monkey. Show me what you got! Speaking of monkeys, I was quite happy to hear that the Runaway guys are going to be playing through Donkey Kong Country Returns for their next series of videos. It's always been oh, we're fighting you again. Well, we managed to cut part way through the bosses here with the route we were taking before. Sadly, these... Just go away. See, it seems like the route that we took before is mainly just to give us a shorter run for this area. You will notice that the enemies here are a different color than the ones we took in the other path. Can I get my hammer back, please? Ow, we're really taking a lot of damage here, buddy. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it! Die, die, die! Oh, boy. And Fire Lion again. Alright, this shouldn't be too bad for us here. Notice that the only mid-boss that we haven't fought yet at this point was the Grand Wheelie. Yeah, that is kind of interesting they leave out that mid-boss for this area. And yet, by taking that path, we do not get the additional one-ups that we would have gotten. So yep, it's a different run through that level, but still quite nice. So we get the one-up here. Alright, level 3. You're really hurting for some health. God, speaking of gorgeous backgrounds, look at this! God, you can't tell me that was terrible. I died to a naughty. Now that is embarrassing. Like, you can't tell me that the only video games that matter are ones with realistic graphics. When you look at this, it's just so beautiful. Like, the visuals in the Kirby series, I feel, are some of the best in the entire genre of video gaming. Well, the medium of video gaming, I actually want to say. They're just so pretty, and it's very fitting that this game takes place in a place called Dreamland. Just because the visuals are so dreamlike, and just nothing like anything you would conceive while you're awake. It's just so wonderful. I got tomato here. Thank you, Zachary, for the clip. Yeah, that's definitely a moment to remember. Speaking of the name Naughty, actually, I don't know if too many people remember this, because probably a thing only my country remembers. But when I was younger, there was this one show I used to watch that was quite... I don't know, it was also very imaginative as well. And, wow, I just scratching my nose when I was saying this, so I completely missed that. What I'm trying to say here, there was a show I watched when I was a kid called Naughty Shop, I believe. And I know it was pretty interesting. Took place in a toy store, and it mostly dealt with just the various toys in that store just going on their own little adventures while other things are happening. And Do I want to use ball? Ugh. This ability. No, tornado. Tornado. This is an ability I actually like using. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Kill everything. Yes. Yeah, I could definitely see that as being before your time there. But yeah, it is definitely one that I faintly recall watching. Especially because of its own little humorous moments. And that show actually did have a spin-off regarding one of the characters whose name was actually Naughty. So that'd probably be something that a lot of people are more familiar with. Again, probably something that I'm only really aware of because it was something mostly prevalent in my country. It's quite the assortment of enemies we got here. Ow! Give me my tornado! Ow! Okay, guess we're doing Spark now. It's still a good ability. Though not as good as it is in later games, obviously. Ooh, see if we can grab... I wanted to see if I could grab the crash ability from that guy. So I guess that's no longer a plan. Ugh. If we're very careful, we can grab this one up and then completely Amstray. Got some more of these bomb blocks to hit here. This, then shoots up some... Well, it shoots all that, so we can now access the exits. Yeah, I've never really played through the original adventure. At least enough for me to really get a lasting opinion on it. But I do still have a lot of strong thoughts on that game because it's just so good. Finally, we got the crash ability. And I can actually use it here! Bam! That almost took out the Grand Wheelie. Alright, can we not die here? God, this is actually a terrible area for this ability. Just maneuver, press... Oh, these guys, ow! I really hope I didn't need that ability for anything. Let's press on. Hey, burning! You can help us out here. I see what you're doing there. Okay, this area... Yeah, this is definitely a very burning-centric area. Uh-oh. Better not be my only use of this ability here. Okay, it isn't. Can we please grab this guy? Where are you? Get back here. Use you to lock the cannon. I want to grab this pep drink before we do this. Now this seems like an area which I gotta be very careful. Yeah, I have an idea on how we're gonna do this. Just fire, 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 fire. Give me a second. Why am I even doing this? I'm not even going after all the secrets. Need, like, really good timing to do this. Ugh. Well, I can see what you're supposed to do for this one. Using the burning to ricochet just enough to get to the cannon. Ugh. I think I'm... God. Someone get me some Vaseline, because this is tight. Ugh. I'm just gonna try probably once more. I'm thinking I have an idea. This is something. Just hang on, I almost got this. Yeah, that's definitely an idea. Almost got that. Just wish this laser guy wasn't getting on our way here. I'm probably only gonna try, like, few more tries at this, and then we're just gonna move on. It's got other things I want to do today. Ugh. Oh boy. It's like, I have the idea on what I'm doing here. I feel like just the last time I need to, when I'm trying to use Burning Bear, I just don't. Almost got it. I can do this. Hang on. Like, get out of here, laser. I think that enemy's just called Laser Ball, which is pretty amusing to me. There we go! Oh, 1-ups. There better be a button after this. No. Would you excuse me? I need to go cry for a moment. Alright. Area 6 already. Get ready for what might be one of the best levels in all of Kirby. Boy, is this a throwback. In fact, it's such a throwback, I am not going to use any abilities in this level. Yep, this entire level is one huge tribute to the original Kirby's Dreamland. This is definitely one of those levels that really does benefit from being on the Game Boy Advance, I feel. Just, God, these visuals are so good. I don't really too much about how this level looks if you're playing the NES version, but God, this looks so good. As I said before, Kirby's Dreamland was one of the first video games I ever got to play, so this really hits me hard with nostalgia. I love this level. Yeah, we're just running through an abridged version of the original Kirby's Dreamland. We went through Green Greens, then we did Castle Lololo, and now we're in Float Islands. And a lot of the set pieces here are practically the same as how they were in the original Kirby's Dreamland. Which, again, something I find very nice. Also, memory serves... So in the original Kirby's Dreamland, there was a secret you could find in that area, so I guess that didn't translate well to this version. Let me just slip past here, grab this Maximum Tomato. Oh, if that's the secret you're thinking of, I'll probably know what it is. And we end things off in Bubbly Clouds. Ow. Of course, this area has a lot of Scarfies. This was the level that introduced Scarfies in the original game. And at the very end, well, almost at the very end here, just want to head up this way. And up here, want to go past the exit and enter the moon. Typically, in the Kirby series, if there is a secret, it is hidden in the moon. Remember that for future games. Let's go for the door. And... we're done. That is the last level in the game. After all the heartache it took to get here, I feel like it's nice just to look back on the adventure we have been on. It has certainly been something. And our destination is finally here. Through this door is the final boss of the game. So I want to be equipped for what we are going to do. So yeah, I didn't get the World 5 exit. I just want to look at our museum options and get a feel for which ability I want to use. Sword would be helpful. You know what? I might actually grab laser for this. Why not? Alright, once you have the ability you want, just head on back to level 7. So I said before, the entire reason we went on this journey in the first place is because the Star Rod in the Fountain of Dreams was broken into pieces. There's only one last piece we need to grab. So let us dive into our final fight. King DDD, the one who destroyed the Fountain of Dreams in the first place. This is definitely an interesting fight. DDD has a lot of moves at his disposal. He's able to inhale us, much like we have been able to inhale enemies. He can use his hammer to attack, use a jumping attack, use a tripping attack, believe it or not, and even float in the air for a bit. He has a lot of moves, and generally it's just a very good fight. Ow! Let's make this final hit count. Oh, come on. You're gonna do this to me now, DDD? Alright, now it's actually turning into a fair fight because I don't have an ability. Come on, buddy. One more hit will do it! There we go! DDD is DD done! Level 8, the Fountain of Dreams. We have saved the day, and the Star Rod has been restored. But what's this? DDD doesn't want us to return the Star Rod. I wonder what that could mean. Get out of my way, bitch! I'm gonna stick that shit in there! Uh-oh! We did an oopsie! Time for the real final boss of Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Nightmare! Starting off here, we are now armed with the Star Rod, allowing us to shoot projectiles at our enemies. This fight here is actually a timed boss battle. We gotta beat this guy and deplete his health before the time limit is up, otherwise we're gonna crash into the earth and die. We're doing good progress so far, so I don't think we're gonna need to really worry about that. But yeah, what a twist to this adventure, making you think that DDD is the one behind everything, but then it turns out we have one more foe to deal with, being Nightmare. So yep, in the lore of this game, DDD broke the Star Rod, not for selfish reasons, but in order to protect Dreamland after Nightmare corrupted the Fountain of Dreams. So once we've taken care of its ball form, we head off to the moon for a final battle. The Nightmare has transformed. Here is the true final battle. Nightmare Wizard. This guy can be pretty rough if you're not careful. To beat this guy, simply aim the Star Rod shots at the tornado-like body. No other hit will be able to damage him. Like I said, this guy can be rough. Luckily, if you die in this phase, you don't have to worry about repeating the ball form. They're at least generous with that. But yeah, we definitely have a fight on our hands. The Nightmare Wizard is pretty dangerous, all things considered, but not too bad as final bosses go. This guy is also noteworthy in that he was actually the main villain in the Kirby anime. Yes, Kirby did have an anime, and it was pretty good, all things considered. Alright, come on, buddy, expose yourself. Oh, we're already taking a lot of hits here. Come on, buddy. Almost got you down here. Ow! Don't worry, we got plenty of lives. This guy is not taking us down. Alright, good hit there. Sorry for mostly going silent here, but I just want to concentrate on the battle we have. Yeah, that is definitely pretty interesting, having one of the first major bosses in the series being an assist trophy. Definitely quite coolio. Alright, one more hit should do it. Come on, just need to expose yourself one more time, and we got this. There we go. Damn it. Oh, he flips upside down there, but we've won. I blew up the moon, you idiot! Our hero Kirby has fought bravely to recover the Star Rod, but King DDD didn't mean any harm. He certainly wasn't trying to harm the Fountain of Dreams. It all began when the nightmares appeared in the fountain. The nightmares rode the currents of the Fountain of Dreams, wreaking havoc and tormenting the residents of Dreamland. When King DDD hid the Star Rod, the power source of the Fountain of Dreams, he was actually hiding it safely away from the nightmares. Borrowing King DDD's power, Kirby managed to defeat the nightmares. Now that the Star Rod has returned to the fountain, everyone's dreams will return. So fluff up your pillow and get ready for a good night's sleep. So with Nightmare destroyed and the Star Rod back in place in the fountain, we have managed to restore the dreams in Dreamland. And that was Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. / Kirby's Adventure for all you veterans. This is definitely a good game. I wouldn't really call it a bad one because I said before, there really is no bad Kirby game. But is this one of my favorites in the series? No, it isn't. It's a very well-made game, but personally, there are other games in the series I just feel strongly about. And while this isn't one I can particularly say I really enjoy going through a lot, it's still pretty fun. It definitely offers up a lot of nice challenges, and a nice taste of things to come. Especially with the reveal of a true mastermind behind things, which would become consistent with the Kirby series going forward. It was quite interesting to get to play this as the first Kirby game I get to play on this channel, and you can expect that we're going to see more Kirby games in the future. And hopefully I will actually get back to the series this year, but for the time being I want to focus on some other stuff that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. So yeah, I actually have the next lineup of games that I'm going to be doing planned, and I'm going to be taking a break for the next week, so we're not going to do any streams during that week. But we will be coming back to streams here on Twitch with the next thing I have planned very soon. And it should be a good time. Will hopefully carry us through the rest of March and possibly early April, depending on how things go. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope everyone else is as well. But yeah, as for Nightmare in Dreamland, we are not technically done with this game at the moment. Now you can play a new sub-game, Boss Endurance. And guess what that is about? So yeah, now that we have beaten the main game here, you can see here we haven't been the best at getting the secrets, but it's okay. So now we got some other stuff we can do. We can go into sound test and listen to the various songs in the game if we want. Quite amusing. Yeah, it was mostly the ones in Yogurt Yard and Orange Ocean that were getting to me. We now have access to the various sub-games, including Boss Endurance for beating the main story. So we'll get to show off a few of these right quick, starting with Quick Draw. We're able to play this at any of the difficulty levels, which I'm already really bad at this minigame, so we are not doing level 3. I just want to quickly show off these mini games again, now that we have them available. Man, it's almost impossible to lose to Waddle Doo. They give you a lot of time for that. Ow! Well, we tried our best. Yeah, that is definitely another thing. So if you are able to get 100% in the main game, we get another extra mode, which is playing for the same game as Meta Knight. Basically putting you in a state where you have a permanent sword ability, but at the downside of only having 3 units of health instead of the usual 6. And on top of that, you have to get through the entire game again in a single session, otherwise you lose. Yeah, I'm definitely glad that I'm not playing that here today. Oh, okay. Why me? Alright, bravo! Woo! Alright. Can we do this? Yes, apparently. Take that. We're gonna try the other levels of these mini-games, but I really don't want to. Just showing them off right quick before we head into the main event of this part of the stream, which will be checking out the boss endurance. I am most likely not going to actually finish it here on stream, but it's nice to at least show it off. Ow. It's doing really well until that part. Very good. Alright, I did manage to beat at least 2 of these, which is good. But time for the main event here, Boss Endurance. The bosses are back. Kirby must face all 8 bosses one at a time. Why? What are you fighting for? Oh, Kirby, what will you do? So we got ourselves a boss gauntlet here, going after all of the main bosses we've encountered throughout the campaign. Ooh. Really want to avoid taking a hit from Wispy, considering he's the easiest boss in the game. Take you out, and then moving on to Paint Roller. Now, I believe this is one of the few times you're actually able to pick up copy abilities in this mode, which definitely is helpful. Ow. I took a little bit of damage there, but that's okay. Take the Parasol. Ooh, we could grab Mike, though I'm not too fond of that, actually, because that's only a very limited power-up we'd be able to use. So the Kari paints would be able to give us the wheel ability, which would be nice. Right, starting off with this guy here. I always forget which one is shine and which one is bright. But yeah, this is really a very easy boss. Alright, let's grab high jump now for Kracko. Alright, this guy. Oh, come on. Okay, I know we can spawn more Starmen, which would be good for us right now. Yeah, I'm not really expecting to actually finish this mode. Just wanna see how far I can get. Alright, let's grab the Starman and go on the offensive. Alright, next up, Heavy Mole. It's definitely one I want to watch out for given his blades here. You are able to get abilities from the missiles he fires out. One gives hammer, one gives sleep. Yeah, not really good. Alright, next up, Meta Knight. Probably gonna lose to this one. Yeah. Ow! I gave it my best efforts. I just love the bandage on Kirby's butt in that image. That's great. But yeah, that was Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Pretty good game, all things considered. Very excited to play more Kirby games as we're going into the future, but that's not what we are going to be doing next for this channel. So, I will see you all here again in a few weeks, where we shall be returning to the very start of what would be one of the most impactful group of games of all time. At least for me personally. So, with that said, I hope to see you all there next time. Have a good day, and take care.